Did you know the truth behind Sir Dadadu is hiding in a secret room, along with a ton of other secrets which are hidden in this chapter, which I don't blame you for not always seeing because it was so dark. But that's okay because I'm here to share with you 10 secrets about the Garten of Banban 6. So let's just jump straight into this thing. Secret tape number 1. During the course of this game, there are actually 3 secret tapes, which I may have looked into the game files to make sure there were only 3, because if you watched my playthrough, you would know I had trouble finding them. To be fair, they weren't hidden in darkness, I was just blind. And one of the first ones you can find is during the introduction sector portion of the game. You know, when you gotta press all these buttons 1 million times, and this idiot just stands here and watches you. It's kind of just hiding in plain sight, in these little window frames that you might have jumped through 100 times. The one closest to Bitter Giggle on the bottom floor holds the secret tape. This secret tape is called Cam Tam in the game files. I'll give you 1 second to guess what's in it. Nah, you guessed wrong. It's short for Kamataki and Tamataki. We find them in one of those holding cells, and they seem to be having a domestic. Turns out these Siamese twins try and take swings on each other using their big noggins. But what's weird is that we never knew that they actually got put in holding cells in chapter 4. As a matter of fact, we've seen all of the holding cells. The sheriff takes us to the infirmary area and we can see everyone that's there. So there's a chance that someone else actually held them up. Someone that actually enlists them in their army eventually. You got it. This could be because of Sir Dadadu, or it could just be from the past. Anyway, on to secret detail number 2, the second secret tape. As you progress a little bit further into the story, you will reach a point where you need to visit the potentiality sector. It's where they research the potentiality of these nuts in your mouth. Anyway, once you pass the cutscene with the beautifully voiced jester prototypes, I just about lost it when I saw them, and you do that little parkour jump down into the stairs below. At the corner of the bottom of the left stairs, you can find the second tape. I can proudly say that this was the one tape that I actually found during my playthrough, and it's the most obvious one as well. Put this tape in the TV and you get a very quick video, because the character in the video is very quick as well. It's our girl Slow Celine, and she could be seen bolting out of her cell, causing a small explosion at the door. Now, we knew in chapter 4 that she was in one of the holding cells, but what's cool about this tape is it's showing us a different angle of a scene we've already seen before. In one of the chapter 6 teaser trailers, we see small hints of all of the mascots escaping, but Slow Celine is one of the ones that we actually see escape, and we basically see this scene from the video just from the outside corridor. She bolts right past us, but at the end we can see that her and Jumbo Josh haven't been captured by Sir Dadadu, so maybe she escaped to safety and might help us later on. Anyway, on to secret detail number 3, the final tape. Again, this one is easily missable, and I'm not just saying that because I missed it and I'm trying to make myself feel better, but in the final sector of the game, right as you enter the conditioning sector, because the sector can be accessed from 2 directions, there's 2 sets of lights. On the left platform of lights, tucked away in the corner, is the tape. I literally walked right past it in my playthrough. You even see it. Anyway, take this tape back to the TV and you probably get the funniest one out of all of them. We see Opila sprinting to the Opila bird mission from chapter 1. You know, the one where we had to find all of those eggs and put them in her mouth in the playground. Ah, the nostalgia of chapter 1, all the way back in January of this year. Anyway, what's hilarious about this scene is that it's showing us the run she does from this scene, which everyone probably forgot about, to seeing her hair. And before we reach this point, that room is fully in darkness. And that's why this tape is in green. It's a night vision view of Opila running to her spot. Anyway, we're running out of time, so we'll go through these quick. Secret detail number 4, Syringione's to-do list. This secret detail kinda got spoiled by the new teaser trailer for chapter 7. But you know that loading screen at the beginning of the game, which shows us someone writing down their to-do list on the whiteboard. During the game, we find this room, and when we talk to these little butterballs, we learn that their father is Syringione and this is his room, as if you couldn't tell from the MRI machine. Anyway, that's all fine and dandy until we get to the end of the game, where we learn that the scepter is missing a piece, and Syringione quite literally tells us he's taken the piece and he's hiding. But this would have been a little bit more of a secret if the new teaser trailer literally didn't show us Syringione standing in front of his to-do list. Anyway, on to secret detail number 5, the secret door in Zolphius' house. Now, let me just quickly explain. You know that jump quest we have to do to get to this really tall house? I don't know why, for some reason, I feel like this is Zolphius' house. He's the only one tall enough to just pop his head in there. Who else would need a house that high up off the ground? Anyway, that's besides the point. Right at the back of the house, there's a secret closet, and because of the darkness of the room, you can't really tell which color it is. But to open it, you need the green key card, which is a key card you actually get through the course of the game. But the problem is you get it right at the end of the game. So there's one small window for you to come here and open this door. You find it right at the beginning of the conditioning sector. It's the green key card that's used to open this massive door. And once you finish everything in the conditioning sector and go back to home base, if you start the final cut sequence with these guys, you can never go back and open the door. So make your way up there and you can open it. And what's inside? Another key card. Anyway, on to secret detail number 6, the secret room. So following on from the previous one, we gotta take that secret key card and use it somewhere in the facility. Again, it's a room that you walk right past during the gameplay. Right after after you finish the colorful platforms jump puzzle. So you gotta walk all the way back here to the other side of the facility. And when you open this room, you find out that it's the Sir Dadadu room. Very similar to the Syringione room that we find in chapter 4. In here you find his official cartoon depiction, another secret note, and some more secrets on a whiteboard. This is where we're told every single type of genome donor, with 3 and 4 being rubbed out. Anyway, onto secret detail number 7. The naughty ones are leeches. Or are they? In Sir Dadadu's secret room, his speech bubble actually gives us one of the biggest key pieces of information about the naughty ones. Maturing is realizing leeches come in all shapes and sizes, a reference to him being a big leech and his army being small, as well as foreshadowing the new ones that he enlisted to his army. You know, all of these guys, which might give us a clue as to which one of these case types that have been rubbed out as well. Case 1 being Juvanium, Case 2 being animals, I'm pretty sure, Case 5 being human characteristics, and Case 6 being Juvanium Cloy. We never get given a case type for insects. Leeches are a subtype of worm, so they're technically a whole different case type of donor. But what's also confusing is the artistic impression of the naughty ones shows them having eyes, and these leeches don't have eyes. So this is still just a theory. Anyway, onto secret detail number 8. Mr. Kebabman saves us. This is probably my favorite one, and you could easily miss it. But there's a mechanic in the game that when you're running towards one of the sectors, you purely rely on the light of your drone to get you through the darkness. And on the other side, there's a light switch which turns on the lamps, which turn on via proximity, making the way back a lot easier because you just run through. Anyway, on your first time going to the potentiality sector, right at the end on your way there, the lamps suddenly start turning on, which definitely confused me. And when you go towards the lights, you see Mr. Kebabman facing the switch, insinuating that when he saw you getting closer, he turned the lights on to help. I think that's pretty damn cool. Anyway, onto secret detail number 9. Every single cameo in the game. There's definitely one that you didn't miss. It's the biggest. It's the baddest. It's the coolest YouTuber there ever is. Yeah, that's me. I get kicked off the ledge. Well, I still think it was quite cool. I mean, look at my reaction. I can barely hold back that smile for the rest of the playthrough. But anyway, did you know there's actually a total of 6 cameos in the game? And they're all YouTubers. There's me and Dak Blake on this ledge, and then the next jester we see is actually Creekcraft, who does an insane job with his voice acting. So good that I didn't even know it was him. And then this dodgy jester, somehow I found him the creepiest. He's Jack Manifold. And then we've got the Juvanium infants. The black-eyed one is Cat, and the white-eyed one is Cookie Swirl C. Now you know. Anyway, onto the final secret detail. The cow ballerina. I personally found this to be the scariest part of the game, and by far the most mysterious, so let's talk about it. It's the first death that I experienced in this chapter. At the top of Zolphius's house, the set of lights that you need to pick up for your drone are sitting right here in the corner, and at this point there's no one else in the house. It's only the second you pick them up that you get stuck in your place, and you're forced into experiencing the slow arrival of the cow ballerina mascot thing. It moves like no other mascot we've seen before, and you're destined for death because you can't move. What's also weird is that when you respawn, things change. Those same lights that you need to pick up aren't there anymore, and they're replaced by a book, Espanol to English, which by the way definitely confirms this is Zolphius's house. He's the only mascot that we know that's been speaking Spanish. Remember the secret from chapter 3? Anyway, when you touch it, you feel strange. And not only does the cow monster not jump scare us again, we never see it for the rest of the entire game, with no information about it as well, unless one of these rubbed out case types explains it. Could it be the mysterious 4th case type? The Five Nights at Freddy's case type? I don't know. But anyway, that's all for now. Watch my playthrough if you haven't seen it, and make sure you subscribe and stick around because there's a lot more of those coming.